Alright guys, what's going on? Kicking off a very short stream. Got the itch to play a little bit of cash. Got a big hand down here. Check call flop, check turn, get to this river. Not a great hand for it, but I think that the spot kind of calls for it, so we're going for it anyways. It's a bit greedy, especially in this. I mean, like, it's not a bad hand for it, to be honest. It's not like that big of a deal. It's not perfect either. Take it down though. Making moves over here. Okay. Bet the flop, get check raise, small sizing. Gotta deal with the fallout, of course. Of course, we expect that a decent amount to stack depth, decent amount of overbets. Obviously, our hand doesn't fold ever. We're hoping to pick up that diamond on the river. I think this is just a bit much for jamming. I mean, I do want to have a good bluffing clip here, but I don't think that this hand goes in. I think it's just a bit too much. It's kind of a lot too much, actually, but you know, it is what it is. Put the 3-bet in with the 9s, blind versus blind, which seems fine. Gonna see bet the flop. Check flop overbet turn is not something that I expect to see very often here. I kind of think that, like, for most part it's gonna be overweight 9x, to be honest, but I don't really feel like folding's great. And I'm gonna check this bet or make this call, which I think is fairly obvious. I think we took that one down. It's ace high, actually. This is interesting. I'm gonna make the call again. I do expect this to be flush draws and queen X, both of them heaps. And I'm not gonna make this call, I don't think. There's flop, turn c-bet, jam river. Seems super fucking close, to be honest. What am I calling the river with? Like, I can't just call the fucking queen or aces. Can I? I don't know. I mean, obviously I can call the king too, which I'm gonna have a bunch. That one's close. I think this is close between call and 4-bet. It's a shitty, like, it's got a king on it, which is nice. Obviously, like, he's gonna interact well with, like, the 9 and the 8. And I think we just end up slamming this, like, kind of a lot here. So a number of different combos, but this one being one of them, I think. Sucks, you're gonna run into king queen here a bunch. Yeah, king jack, sucks. I think that's, like, still a decent line though. Maybe it's not, but feels decent to me. Pushing kind of hard in 4-bet pots post flop is, I think, like, a pretty good strategy generally. It's annoying, obviously. It's a lot of big blinds. But he's got a lot of, you know, he's got a lot of flush draws that call the flop. So I'm gonna use a host of different c-bet sizes here, I think. I'm gonna be c-betting at a high frequency on this board, so small's, like, definitely one of them. Again, I'm not perfect at this format. I'm not gonna double barrel this card all the time, but I like my hand for it on occasion. I like the sizing choice. And I like checking the river. I also like betting like 72 again on the river. I think that's fine too. Obviously, we're gonna make the call here and lose to a 10 sometimes. Come on, somebody give us action. Somebody 3-bet me. Come on. It's annoying. And I'm gonna scale the sizing up here. Don't hate it if you bet smaller, obviously. I'm just gonna keep barreling. I'm gonna make the call. I think 4-betting is good though. I don't think it's pure though either, so. Between betting or between raising and calling on the flop there. think it's just close. I mean, I kind of don't like having the ace of clubs, but it's obviously like not like the easiest thing in the world for me to have air in that spot, I don't think. It's annoying when my opponent has king 10 because that's a pretty good fucking hand there. Yeah, it's a good sizing choice that got me to bluff with like a hand that I didn't need to bluff with. Could have just called the turn. Yeah, I feel like kind of stupid. I feel like I should have just called that. Ace king, I got baited. Oops. I got baited. Taken to school. Happens sometimes. I put the 2-bet in here. I don't mind 3-betting. But I don't mind not 3-betting either. I feel like this is like not the worst spot to try to take someone off a chop. He can have queen jack, but it's like pretty hard for him to just have like naked queen X and just be like 2-betting the flop, I think. There's like naked diamonds, you can try to bluff catch against those, and like that maybe that's better. But I feel like his range has like a lot of ace jack and ace 10 in it. That just got counterfeit, and my range sells like lots of queen X in it. And it feels like it kind of feels like a heads I win, tails I don't lose type of scenario. And I don't think I have to do this. I think checking the turn is like somewhat viable. That's like not the greatest river in the world. I think underbetting is viable. Running a little salty too, though. I mean, like we're just getting into spots where we're not winning. It's part of the game sometimes. Sometimes you just run in tough spots and lose. Cutoff opens, small blind flats. I make a flush draw here. Single raise pot. I raise the cutoff. Button flats. Small blind overcalls. I think I should be calling with this hand a lot, but not always. But I'll call this time. Pretty bad blockers. I mean, like it's not true. I think I should call probably always. But yeah, pretty bad blockers. And I'm going to not bet the river. Hey guys, sorry for the rude interruption, but we have got one quick major BBZ announcement. One Connor B1, aka the #1 ranked player in the world, aka the best player to ever come out of BBZ Poker, is now creating content for the site. He's got a new video up with me on bbzpoker.com. You should all go check it out right now. And with that, you can get back to your video. I was trying to, like I was doing some fast, like pretty fast. Pretty, like, why can't we get action when we have aces? And like the problem is I think he's bluffing, like he might be bluffing wide, but I think he's like value betting narrow. So I don't know, too close to me. Baited for sure. I don't think he's ever bluffing to that line. I doubt it. I don't think that's true. Like it's just like not like I feel like saying those things is just like usually pretty silly. Like it's so hard for you to be right. You know what I mean? Like the hurdle for being right is just so high. So you're probably wrong. I don't mean that in like an insulting way either. I just mean like it's very difficult. I'm gonna hero call here. Oops. It's very difficult to be right when you say something like never, especially if like someone who's like not maybe like okay at the game takes a line. I mean maybe it's not enough, but like never, or like really even like really low frequency, and like he could be value betting like really thinly. He doesn't need to be bluffing necessarily. Like first of all, he called the turn, so he's not bluffing in that same sense, right? But yeah, he's not bluffing in that same sense, but. Like I don't expect him to be bluffing where I got baited. I do expect like thin value bets. I think this is close on the flop. You could fold. Like why do we get? This is the third time we've had aces and we're just getting like no love like at all. I'm gonna put the bigger bet out. I think this time. Might be getting baited again. Maybe I should just jam here. That might be better. Seems like fairly efficient to use this hand. This isn't like the type of blocker I'd expect him to have at the bottom end too often. Yes! Yeah, we have aces again. Holy shit. It's just like we can't get any action with them. So like they're not worth as much. If you can't like get paid, they're not worth as much. It's like it's not enough to like see the hand and then have everyone fold the blinds. Like, it just doesn't. Oh my god, guys! Like what the hell? I am gonna continue barreling here, I think. I'll go small here. And going over a bit here. He's short. Like I would flat this hand sometimes, but he's a little bit short, so I'm gonna put the 4-bet out. Like a little bit more often, I think. God damn it. What's with that flop, guys? I mean, he's shorter, so this is a bit more awkward. Also 3-bet. Cutoff opens. I 3-bet. So we get to the river here, and we're just gonna shut this down. Like, yeah, it doesn't feel like he's an ace anymore. Yeah. It just doesn't feel like an ace enough. I'm getting fucking greedy, but I don't care. Doubling here as well. This is the weirdest shit ever. Don't really expect to get back raised like in a spot like this, like much at all. I think this hand calls, but this is weird. I think this is like, yeah, weird. I mean, like, that's not true. Like, this player actually probably flats, like, it's not as weird because how deep they are anyway, you know. Like, I don't play this deep that much. But I guess this player flats, like, more uncapped more often. And so it makes more sense. And so, like, I need to, like, kind of keep that in mind as, like, this hand progresses and, like, not punt. I don't think that this hand gets to really do anything here other than call, but... Back raise seems like it's dense, like ace-queen, ace-king, ace-5 suited. Like, pretty good hands a lot of the time. Pretty interesting spot. It's like really tempting to try to turn a hand like this one into a bluff and try to like take him off like something legitimate, but I think that's like probably not gonna work, so probably won't do it. But I think it's tempting. Sucks. This is a 4-bet pot. Open the... Oh, shit. Actually, I have to call. I'm not really jumping up and down about this. I'm going to lose a lot to king-queen and king-jack. I only need 25% equity to call this off, which is like not a lot. So, and this is like not the line that like king queen takes much, right? Like it's not, you know, like that, there's that, right? Like it's not like it's not the line that king queen takes much. It's more like the line that like a flush draw would take a lot. That sucks. Seems close. I have really like strong preferences for how to play this hand, to be honest. I think checking is like totally defensible. So this player 3-bet me, I float the flop, which seems very standard. Gonna check back the turn. This is an interesting spot. I'm gonna put in the 3-bet because I have the nuts. Could call and just try to bluff catch. Don't hate that either. I don't expect to get check raised on that flop tons, so I kind of expect it to be kind of equity driven and value dense most of the time. Expect to get jammed on here sometimes, like a lot. That sucks. Villain 3-bet me pre, check down to the river. Or bet the flop. 3-bet me pre, bet the flop. I called, check turn, and then I went for the thin value on the river and cut myself. 3-bet here, c-bet flop, check turn. Although I think checking flop is like very like defensible and good. There we go. Guys, I'm gonna wind this one down. So I think in conclusion, I think with this stack, I think I'm in for like 2.5 buy-ins is basically what I think. And so like there's 2.5 buy-ins that I'm stuck. So beyond the money that's on the table. Or like, sorry, beyond like 1 buy-in on the table. So this one takes down the Basically, I think I'm in for 5.5 buy-ins. That's a better way of explaining it. I'm in for 5.5. So this is 2. That means 3.5. This is 1 and a bit. Fuck, I feel like I'm gonna always lose here, but I'm gonna make this call because this feels too topish. Yeah. How did this fucking action go? Like, why did I feel like he was so strong? I felt like he was so fucking strong there. I don't know why. I'm gonna play that one back. Did like something happen that I missed? Because like I was really spider sense going off, and it doesn't make any sense for me to feel that way. 3.5x pre. Was it the sizing on the flop? Bets 3/4 on the flop. Check, check, turn. And then bets that sizing on the river. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I felt like he was so fucking strong. So, with this one, I think we're losing like 1.2 buy-ins or something. 1.3 buy-ins, something along those lines. All right. Since you took third in the 5K, holy shit! My man is beast moding. I didn't know that. And, but yeah, Team BBZ, like, we're fucking killing it. We got good strategies. Other people, they don't have strategies that are as good as ours. So, you know, that's why we're winning. I'm half joking and half not joking. But you should all go get the Introduction to Quantitative Strategies video. So, all right, guys. Quick stream. Played some 2-5. Was happy with it. And lost a little bit, but it's fine. I think I played okay. I'm probably going to take a look at some of the spots that were close later on my own. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I usually go through the cash stuff, so I'll go through it later on my own. But yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate it. And have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.